Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time this message reaches you. I just pray that you are well, that you are blessed, that you know that you are blessed and highly favored. Somebody need to know that God has not forgotten about you. He has not forgotten you. He has not forgotten you. He has not forgotten you. He sees exactly where you are. He knows exactly what you are going through. He feels what your heart is feeling. He understands what your heart is feeling. He knows everything that there is that he needs to know about you. You are not forgotten. God has not forgotten about you. His eyes are not blind to whatever your situation is right now. And I just want you to know this and trust this wholeheartedly. And I speak as a witness, as a living testimony that he has not forgotten about you. And I too, in that moment, not so much thinking that he had forgotten about me, but just experienced a moment of needing his help, needing him to make a way. And even though his peace was with me, I still did not know how the way would be made. And sure enough, he showed up and he made a way. So I am a living testimony that God has not forgotten about you. I know that he hasn't forgotten about me, so I could testify that he has not forgotten about you. He has not forgotten about you. So I just want you to hold on. I want you to stay encouraged. I want you to continue to cast your cares upon him, letting him know because he cares for you with deep affection. Continue to give it to him. And matter of fact, I'm gonna share this song with y'all because I've been listening to this song all week long. I actually heard it on Pandora, and when I heard it, I just started listening to it every single day. But it's well, I'll link it, but it's called "Cry" by Corinne Hawthorne. And when I tell y'all, I am so in love with that song right now. It speaks to everything that I'm feeling and just my situation in this moment. But she just said, it's okay to cry. What you are feeling is valid. But God, he still has you. He has you. He's taking care of you. But go ahead and cry, because sometimes tears are the only outlet. So if you need to cry, just cry. But also know that God got you. He has not forgotten about you. He sees what you're going through. Go listen to that song. Go listen to it over and over and cry, because that's what I've been doing too, y'all. Be crying, but it's okay because now the joy has come. Joy comes in the morning, y'all. It comes. God got you. He has not forgotten about you. He loves you. He has not forgotten about you. Stay encouraged. Remember, y'all, that we are the light of Christ to this world. Continue to let your light shine. Be blessed. I love you. Have a great day. Okay, so yeah, I had to come back and just share um what's actually going on, because we listen to messages all the time, and we hear people giving encouragement, but even though what they're saying sounds good, when you're in a situation um and somebody is just telling you, just smile, it's okay, don't worry about it. Like, it it's it sounds good and it's right, but sometimes the depth of where you are doesn't allow those words to fully penetrate. So I just had to come back on and really be just fully transparent with what is actually taking place in my life right now. Um, so, and this, y'all, bear with me because it's I'm I'm not the most vocal person about, like, when I'm going through stuff, um, because I try to make the best. I try to keep a positive attitude, and even though I have a positive attitude, doesn't mean like I don't always share exactly what's going on. So I'm a little uncomfortable right now, but you know what? I'm growing. This is a growth journey for me, and I decided that I was going to start being more transparent, and asking for help when I need help. So, um, these last few months, just financially, things have not been lining up the way that I would like them to, for sake of a better word. And here recently, I've been having some car issues. So I've been having, to take my car to get different car repairs. And, there were some things like leakage where we couldn't figure out where it was coming from. So just on different occasions between paying, household bills and then having to get car repairs, it's just got me a little swamped financially. And um this particular I've was let me go back. So I've been working with a financial advisor to help me get on the path so that I can pursue home ownership. Um and that's the main thing that we've been discussing, finances, the bills, the income, what's getting paid out every single month. So all that good jazz. And um our last discussion, I let her know that this is what I'm gonna pay and whatever blah blah. So my expectation was for this month, or at this time, this pay period, I was gonna pay rent and all the other utilities and things that have to be paid before next pay period. But lo and behold, I didn't realize that this pay period was for a week where I had to call out of work for 3 days of the 5-day work week because I was having car issues, and ended up having to put my car in the shop. So this check, it was very short and literally not even enough to cover rent and all the other utilities and bills before the next pay period. So I began to feel um, just the feelings, the anxiety and flustered, and but I had to remind myself that, in this season, instead of allowing my emotions to get the best of me, that I'm going to reach out and I'm going to ask for help. Also, there's some other things, or another situation, I reached out and asked for help, and it worked in my favor. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna try it again. I reached out to a specific family member, individual, just let them know what the situation was, and was like, hey, I don't know exactly everything that I need right now, but I definitely am going to need some help. And before my next pay period, it's not just a few, like 100 or two, like this is gonna be a few hundred. So just wanting to see if this person could help me, and they agreed. So we agreed that I would make it known what was needed moving forward. And long story short, as the time drew closer, this person was no longer able to help me, and that really put me in a space, because not only like they weren't able to help me, but there was also a I guess maybe like a falling out, but just pretty much there was a what is the word that I'm looking for? Help me, Holy Spirit. um there was a unpleasant encounter. There we go. So this person is no longer able to help me, or matter of fact, and I actually made the decision to let this person know, like, hey, you know what, that's okay, I make other arrangements. So that was, a hard hit. Like, that really, it hit me hard, because this is not something that I want to do. This is not just something like a shopping spree or something. Like, this is, I have to pay for my rent. I have to keep a roof over my kids' heads, and I'm not like a person that just lives above my means. This is just a season. Um so the fact that there was even some type of altercation, it just blew me. But um so like I said, just said I would make other arrangements, and making those arrangements, I had no idea of what type of arrangements to make. So I did reach out to my advisor and, just told her like what was up, and if I should maybe think about getting a loan so that I could, get by for this next week or two before next pay period. And she gave me some options to seek, which were helpful, but that wasn't the direction that I ended up going. So as the time is approaching, I'm just realizing like, hey, it's gonna get here, and I have no idea exactly what's gonna happen. But you know what, God, I'm just gonna trust you. I'm just gonna trust you, and I know that you see me in this situation. I know that you saw this situation before it even took place. So I'm not gonna wear this anxiety. I'm not going to wear the stress. I'm not even going to wear the hurt um from that unpleasant encounter. I'm just going to trust you. And literally, maybe like a couple days after the fact, I got a message from someone that was aware of the situation, but knew I was supposed to be getting help from someone else, from that other person. They just text me and was like, hey, how much is it that you need? Because I have some extra money, and just let me know what it is that you need. And in that moment, I just praise God, and I'm still praising God. And that's why I really just had to let somebody know that you are not forgotten, that God sees you. He knows what you're going through, because I am a living witness, and we experience these type of situations all the time. And sometimes we can just get so caught up in the not enough and the don't have, that we forget that peace is available to us, that his rest, it is available to us. And we just have to trust him and just lean on him and know that he's gonna make a way, that he will not leave us, he will not forsake us. And what David say, never have he seen the righteous forsaken or his seed begging for bread. And so that's what I stood on, that God, even though I don't have this money to pay this rent, you're not gonna leave my seed begging for no bread. That's what you said. That's what your word say. So we got to use the word as our swords to fight against those fiery arrows that the enemy will try to throw it as our shield of faith. Our shield of faith, it protects us, it keeps us. So just stay encouraged, y'all. Stay encouraged. I am still just in a place of awe right now. And also, there was another opportunity that was presented to me a few months ago, to help people build their business. It's a course, and I wanted to take it. I wanted to do it, but I just do not have the funds for it right now. And I reached out to the friend that brought it to me. And I was, something just made me think about it. But I was like, you know what? Hey, let me ask her. And do they have a scholarship opportunity? And I just told her, funds are tight. I really want to do this, and the time is getting close, but funds are tight. Is there opportunity for a scholarship? And she said, yes, there actually is. And all you would have to do is pay the deposit. and the deposit's only $50, but I believe the class was like $300. So you pay the deposit and the scholarship will cover the rest of it. So I'm just like, God, thank you, thank you, thank you. I praise you because you have not forgotten about me. You see the things that I am seeking to do, and you hear my heart, you know my heart. So this is how I can say to you that God has not forgotten about you. If he hadn't forgot about me, I know he hadn't forgot about you. He's got you. Just continue to hold on, continue to trust, continue to believe. God has you. You are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. But I just love you. And once again, I pray that that was more encouraging to you. I pray that uplifts your spirit, because sometimes we are so downcast within ourselves because of what is going on in life. And that's another thing that I reminded myself, that I'm going to be a water walker. I'm going to walk on this water. I'm going to walk on this water because, God, I'm going to keep my eyes on you, and I'm going to trust and believe that you are going to make this happen, that you are going to see me through this, that you are going to keep me through this, God. I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. And I believe that he will do it for you as well. Keep your eyes on the Lord. He has not forgotten about you. He has not forgotten about you. He has not forgotten about you. And you continue to tell yourself that he has not forgotten about you. He has not forgotten. He will not forget about you. He will not. He cannot. You are his child and he loves you. He loves you. Remember, he loves you. He loves you. But be blessed. Y'all have a beautiful day. We are the light of Christ to this world. Continue to let your light shine. I love you.